Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. Man, Masters Universe is still on the top of everybody's minds. And of course, we're leading into Toy Fair 2026. And man, I got to tell you, with only a few days left to go to Toy Fair, my friend Denny Green and I are getting all geared up for this new experience that we're going to have because we've never been to Toy Fair before. And we're not going to be alone. We're actually going to be meeting Michael of Toy Habits while we're down there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Meeting with Michael. We're going to try some local cuisine that's going to be down there with some New York style pizza. I've heard that we should go to Katz's Deli. I think that's going to be a really cool experience to be down there, and some other things. But one of the main reasons to go down there, at least for the rest of us, toy tubers and industry professionals alike, is definitely going to be Toy Fair itself. I've been to a lot of conventions. I've been to San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to Fan Expo. I've been to Toylanta, which is coming up very, very soon. So I hope to see you guys there. And of course, we've been to Joe Fest and so many other wonderful conventions. But this Toy Fair apparently is going to be industry only, and that's going to be very interesting to experience. Because I've never been to an industry-only event for action figures and toys, and there's going to be a lot of different companies there. Robocent is going to be there. Same thing with Hasbro, and NECA is going to be there. Same thing with Super 7. A lot of different companies are going to be there. But one of the big ones, of course, for myself that we're very interested in seeing, along with Michael of Toy Habits, is of course Mattel. Mattel is making. Holy crap, Mattel is making waves. So many things in the news about Mattel, which is going on right now, which honestly is blowing my mind. A lot of people are saying that Mattel's making some pretty big moves in the toy industry, and it's going to shake things up quite a bit. I do believe so. A lot of things are going to be top of mind for a lot of different people now that Mattel has secured the rights for many things. We already knew about Masters of the Universe crossed over with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but now finding out that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles brand, I'm not sure if this is the master license, but the way they're talking about it, it sure seems like it is the master license for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is absolutely fascinating. I believe it was Playmates who not too long ago, was like late last year, allowed the master license to elapse. And that was shocking in itself. And now Mattel is taking over, the reins on that. Like, fascinating, absolutely fascinating. But today, thanks to our good friends over at He-Mani.com, something very interesting has come across all of our desks, and I got to tell you guys, I'm fascinated by these. At the same time, I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions going through. And I think that I would imagine a lot of you have probably many questions as well. Because this, of course, is the year of Masters of the Universe. I've been saying it for ever since late last year around, I would imagine right after the trailer. Not the trailer. Right after it released that some of those leaks for the Master Universe, on-set photos and some of the aerial drone footage was again leaked. Right when those things started showing up, I really had more of an idea that something interesting was going on, and it was around that time that I really started saying, you know what. This is going to be the year of the Master Universe. And then around San Diego Comic-Con, we started seeing some crazy things happening. We saw 2000X becoming a major, major focus for Master Universe in 2026. Not only did Mondo, who had announced their 2000X license well in advance before San Diego Comic-Con, but Mattel proper started talking all about the 2000X. And how it was going to be a big thing for them. So we knew that going forward, there were going to be a lot of lines for Master Universe going forward. I mean, they had already been working on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Master Universe. Then they introduced for the 40th anniversary of Thundercats crossed over in Master Universe, which I hope continues because there's a lot of talk about what's happening with that line now. And then, of course, again, 2000X was announced at San Diego Comic-Con along with Mondo. Their line was also fully fleshed out. And now, after the movie news has really exploded, and people are talking about the movie a lot now. I mean, the movie is top of mind on so many different people's has grabbed so many people's attention. Now we're getting more information about action figure lines for Master Universe, Master Universe Chronicles, which arguably is the line which many of us as collectors are going to be paying attention to. But let's not forget this new line, which really up until about 2 weeks ago, I think. Up until about 2 weeks ago. Sorry. Like, I guess it would be 3 or 4. No, it would be 2 weeks. Yeah, up until about a week or 2 weeks ago. It really it was more of a rumor type of situation. And now we're finding out pretty quickly that this rumor has literally turned into a full-blown leak. And now, I guess, we're finding out way more things about this line than any of us would have expected this early on. I was expecting to see many of these at Toy Fair. But yeah, today we're getting a really interesting look at these, thanks to our good friends over at HeMania.com, who broke the story a couple of hours ago. And AJ has been working really hard at this one, and I'm genuinely impressed at some of the imagery here. It looks I don't know where he got these images from. He got them from a user called, I think it was Jason. And we'll take a look at the article itself and a closer look at that. But yeah, I was actually quite fascinated by this, and I gotta tell you, it really is an interesting time for Master Universe. As like I said, there are just so many things going on right now, like more than 4 different lines of Master Universe toys, and 5 or 6 if you actually still count Origins and Masterverse, which of course is kind of in flux right now. They're kind of in limbo. A lot of us are just questioning what's actually happening with those 2 lines going forward. But today's, I guess, revelation that there's even more. All I can call them is leaks for Master Universe, the first ones. I'm still wondering about that. What does the first ones mean? Have been revealed thanks to, and courtesy once again to our good friends over at HeMania.com. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to HeMania.com. They're a wonderful news resource for Master Universe all year round. They are a top news resource for sure. Give them like a follow. It's something that Jay sent you. It's absolutely bonkers, and I really want to take this moment to really dive deep into this and see exactly what was revealed by our good friends over at HeMania.com for these new action figures, 5.5 inch scale, and just answer that burning question right now: are these going to be better than Master Universe Origins, or kind of questionable? As a lot of people are tilting their heads and saying, what? Right? They're just doing one of those. It's kind of crazy out now, right now, for collectors. We're kind of spoiled for choice. Let's be perfectly honest. We're spoiled for choice right now for Master Universe and its crossovers. And there's still a looming question: are there going to be any more crossovers? Because it sure does seem like Mattel's loving those crossovers. It's crazy. But let's have a look at the new revelation from HeMania.com about the first ones. Let's have a look, everybody. So, heading over to our good friends over at HeMania.com. Guys, once again, HeMania.com is a wonderful news resource for action figures, particularly He-Man. Actually, I'm just going to say it. They are the source for news for He-Man.com, for He-Man action figures, and, of course, news on the movies, comic books, everything connected to He-Man. Definitely give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. He-Man.com is, of course, a huge supporter of the MOTUniverse convention, and we really do appreciate all of their support. But today they I gotta tell you, they introduced something which has caught many of us by surprise, and I for one am glad that we're seeing these. But at the same time, I have a lot of questions. As I said, I have a whole lot of questions, which I hope can be answered through this article. Details are revealed for the new first ones, Masters Universe movie action figures. This was written by AJ of HeMania.com, and yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that this much information is being released now. And let's be honest, this is unofficial. This is an unofficial release. You know what I mean? Like, this information has been, curated by HeMania.com, but it's not an official release as far as I can tell. Let's find out more about this particular revelation, because this one's kind of crazy. This one goes on to say that we finally have some official details for the new first ones, Masters of the Universe action figure line. So, I wonder if one of those details is, what the heck does first ones mean? I mean, that to me would truly be my first question. What the heck is the first ones? What does that entail? Does it mean the first action figures that kids in 2025 are going to be experiencing? Because that's kind of spacious. Or does it mean the first line of Masters Universe movie figures in 5.5-inch scale? That's another one that's going to be very interesting to examine. But yeah, the first ones, fascinating. Really, something which I'm not exactly 100% sure on what it means or what it's supposed to mean. Anyway, let's go on. Here we get a decent look at some of the figures. I know my friend Mike over at Attorney Heraldry is definitely going to have an interesting take on at least one of these characters. We're gonna have to get into that. But this one continues. Like Origins, the name First Ones will not be branded on the packaging, which in and of itself is an interesting take. I was, as a collector, I was actually pretty much I was pretty okay with the fact that Master Universe Origins did not actually have Origins all over the fucking packaging, especially because they were going with a very traditional classic style of Master Universe packaging. So for me, that was really important, not to have Origins plastered all over the packaging, ruining it. What would have been my experience. But we all understood it as Origins, as that was in all the releases, all the toy tubers were talking about it. It was a really good way to brand the figures themselves without technically branding them. But this one, it is an interesting choice not to have the first ones on the packaging, but at the same time, I sort of appreciate it as well, considering the fact that I'd be scratching my head. Master Universe first ones, like, what the heck does that even mean? Like, I would be totally beside myself trying to figure out what that actually has any connection with anything. Anyway, let's see where this goes. It goes on to say, but retailers will be seeing the moniker when they're ordering. So this apparently, I don't know what system this is from. I don't know who's, I don't know if this is like a major retailer or a smaller retailer, but it says right there, First Ones, carton 1 action figure. It's out of stock right now. Actually, I do believe that this is supposed to be, I think people have been reporting that this is actually Target. I think that's what a lot of people have been saying, that they scanned in the UPC code at Target and were able to figure this out. It goes on to say, this new line of 5.5-inch figures is designed as the more kid-friendly alternative to the adult Chronicles line. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there. The initial Master Universe core kids assortment, okay, there you go, will include He-Man, Skeletor, and Beastman, and the Skell Knight figures. Army builders early on. Interesting. Unfortunately, we'll find out in a minute, we don't see any of those. These are going to be called Skelegoons. Wow, we're already getting name drops as well. That's cool. Pretty interested in that. And here we get our first look at Skeletor, which we're going to take a closer look at in a second. I just want to finish reading the article. Here's the important stuff. Here's all the important stuff here. Each figure will have 14 points of articulation and it's priced at a whopping $10.79. Yes, retail pricing is back for kid-friendly action figures. This is huge. This is a huge announcement. And all things being equal, this is amazing. $10.79 for a 5.5-inch scale action figure line. It's some of us might have a hard time remembering, but when Origins first was released at retail, it was retailing for like $9 to $10 each, right? That was an incredible price. Even up here in Canada, they're only like $12.99, which was crazy. I remember seeing that, and I was, I really was considering buying 2 of each, sometimes 3 of each, because they were priced so well. I was beside myself. I was like, this is crazy. Like $12 for an action figure. I've never seen that. I haven't seen those prices in decades. It's crazy. Now it's not going to be. We're never going to go back to the days of $3.99 Master Universe figures, $5.99 here in Canada. Those days are long gone. But coming back to a price like $10.79, that is crazy, dude. That is crazy. I for one am for that. That is a great price, and really is priced for parents, right? Priced for parents and priced for kids, which is awesome. However, the feature assortment in the line consisting of the Power Sword / He-Man and Havoc Staff Skeletor will be priced at much higher at $16.19. What? Okay, wait a second. I need to learn more about this so-called Power Sword / He-Man. What the heck makes him $5 more than a regular figure? And what's with Havoc Attack Skeletor? All right. We're gonna have to take a deep dive into this because that type of pricing, that's deluxe pricing right there. That is deluxe pricing, and I'm not. I'm kind of reserving judgment here now. This is kind of crazy. Let's keep reading the article just in case. Let's find out what's going on here, and we'll try to examine what exactly we're looking at. So these guys apparently are $16. These 2 guys. Okay, they got more accessories, I guess. I guess we're definitely have to take a deeper dive into this, but sword swinging He-Man and Havoc Staff Skeletor. Huh. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. Then there's Battle Cat. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. The action figure will retail for $21.59. See, that pricing again is very reminiscent of when Battle Cat was first released for Origins. But then there's the rub, which we're definitely going to take a look at. I am having a hard time finding any articulation in this figure, and that worries me. That worries me quite a lot because, as we already know, with the original Battle Cat figure, that was a problem. That was a major problem. So let's keep going though. Oh my God, they have a Roton. At $37.79. That is a deluxe price. But I think it has action features. Is that a squeezable handle? Will this thing rotate? Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. I can see fingers of kids just being munched all over the place. We're like, I hope this thing's made of the softest plastic ever. But let's continue. Oh my God. The official retail launch for this line is April 25th. And big thanks go out to Justin. Thank you, Justin. Whoever you are, Justin. You are now the attorney and hero for many of us looking for more and more information for this line. All right, so before we actually get into some of the weeds here and take a deeper dive into the action figures, I just got to say the price points are all over the place. I mean, starting off with a very reasonable $10.79, moving up to $16.29 for the deluxe figures, which have some action figure action. I don't know what the heck is supposed to go down there or what the heck's supposed to happen. Then we have Battle Cat at $26.99, and then the Roton at $32.99. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. And you know what? Let's start to take a deeper dive into what we're seeing here and understand why the prices are all over the place. This one's gonna be interesting for sure. Let's have a look. Just before that, let's say hi to everybody who's in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us today. It's always great to be hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much. Antonio Montanol. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Always good to see you, Antonio. Grand 460. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Randy Hughes. What's going on, Randy? Good to see you, brother. How are you doing tonight? Warren Newman's in the house. Hey, Jay. Good to see you, brother. I need these Chronicle figures now, but these ones aren't Chronicle figures, dude. These are first one figures, which again has a weird annotation to it. Grand. By the way, I'm on my phone, so I will misspell at times, so I apologize. No problem, dude. No problem. All good. All good. Collector Phil, what's going on? I've got my MOTU on a daily with Jay. Greetings, all. The movie lines at retail start at April 25th. Let's keep the hype alive. I would, we got to do it. We got to do it. We've got to do it, guys. Grand. Oversaturation is a real concern. I'm checking out toy lines at the moment, and money and patience only stretches so far. I hear you, brother. I totally know exactly what you're saying. Mato Bastianini, what's going on, brother? How you doing, my friend? The first ones are more kid-oriented, 100%. That's exactly where they're coming from. Grand 460. I'm also going to get their Battle Cat so I can make Snow Me Out for Thunder. See, there's a plus, right? There's a plus. Blake Gallimore. Blake Gallimore. Not impressed with these. Well, let's take a closer look at them before we pass judgment. Before we pass judgment on these, let's take a look at them. Lisa Oberts. Would these figures fit in fit? Would the figures fit on Battle Cat Custom Snow Meow? Oh, that's a good question, Brian. That is a really good question. Let's see here. Blake Gallimore. The Chronicles look great. Yes, they look amazing. I'm very much interested in collecting that line for sure. Let's see here. Dad's Bedtime Stories. Can Mattel ever finish one line before launching a new one? There's another great story, but the reality is they're a toy company, so they need to keep making lines as much as they can. Grand 460. I think they're 6-inch scale, closer to Super 7 Thundercats. I need to see the sculpt. Yes, that's what's going on with Chronicles. Frankie Rivera is in the chat. What's going on, Frankie? Hey, Jay and chat. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see Frankie in the house. Lisa is kind of wondering herself what's going on. Grand 460 with a repaint, obviously via paint. Okay, yeah, of course. I mean, how can you make Snow Meow without painting in white? Let's be perfectly honest here. Lisa, does that look like an OG Rotan? Where's the face? We'll take a closer look. Let's see what happens. But no, I'm pretty sure. I mean, just by the trailer alone, we know it's not an OG Rotan. Blake. So where are the Chronicles coming out? I believe virtually the same time. It's my understanding. Grand 460. How many in the chat have actually bought the Fright Zone? Oh man, I still need to buy Fright Zone. I'm not gonna lie about that. I still need to buy it. Castle Grayskull, what's going on, brother? I have the power. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And Sir Green Lantern, Rick Kage, Esquire. Greetings, Centurions. Greeting, brother. Good to see you. So yeah, guys, let's take a look at these. Let's really figure out what it is that what it is that they're trying to convey here. Let's find out. Let's find this out. All right. So again, these photos come up to us courtesy of He-Mania.com. Guys, please give them a like and a follow. They have a wonderful. I do a show with He-Mania.com for the Attorney of Four. We just posted a new episode today, so you guys could definitely go check out the He-Mania.com YouTube page. Check that one out. It's a wonderful episode, even though I'm in the car. But it was a lot of fun to do. So I hope you guys will check that one out. And of course, we are usually on He-Maniacs Live as well. But yeah, this one I was very intrigued by. I really was. So definitely had to take a look at this one. All right, so here is the figures who have been revealed today by He-Mania.com. And on first glance, there's a lot to take in here. Um, I'm wondering if these are actually paint masters, but there is a clear sign that some of these are actually closer to finished product because of a certain few details that I think we should get into in a minute. Um, but overall, I say they're not bad for 5.5-inch scale figures, starting at $10.79. They're not bad. I'm looking forward to collecting this line. As I love Origins, I love the scale, I love the overall collectability of them. They're great. So let's have a closer look at these. All right, as many of us will know, have already heard, these were found in a retailer in Spain. So we already know very much what the packaging is going to look like. We know that they're going to come with a set number of accessories, and we know that there's going to be a certain number of lines, as reported by He-Mania.com. This seems to be the first wave: Baseman, Tila, He-Man, and these ones apparently are going to be retailing for $10.79. So let's take a first look at this two pairing, which of course is Beastman and Tila. And let's examine these two, because I think a lot of people are probably going to have a lot more comments about Tila than Beastman. But let's have a look. So first of all, let's take a look at Beastman. Now, this is probably our very first look, or good look, if you will, at Beastman, as the trailer really only had him for like, what, a second, half a second, 2 seconds? And he was like completely washed out. He looked like a white version of Beastman, to be honest with you. But here we can see that he is fiery red. His, the fleece that he wears is absolutely completely red. His hair, his mane on his head is red, which is interesting because his body is completely brown. And his overall furry appearance. I love the white face, as always. The deep blue inset eyes, and he's got massive fangs, just absolutely massive fangs. So I'm wondering if this is actually what he's going to look like in the movie. But obviously, these are based off of the movie likenesses, so it wouldn't surprise me if this is actually what he looked like. And I got to tell you, this particular sculpt is pretty good. I love the fact that he has all this matted hair. It's all over the place, really, really scruffy in its overall appearance. Now we can see that he does have a chain for his medallion, but unfortunately, the chain itself doesn't have any additional deco. The medallion itself has deco. It's adorned in that wonderful gold paint, along with the blue sapphire in the middle, which is nice. I really appreciate that. Everything else on the figure, though, is plastic for the most part. I don't see too much in the way of deco. Really, it's mostly just plastic. His shoulder pauldrons might be painted. The spikiness on them, because I don't think that these can detach. So that seems to be painted, along with his wristbands. They seem to also be painted as well. Very Chun-Li in their appearance as well. They have all this spikiness. It's kind of crazy. It looks like if you can remove his head, that you can remove his fleece as well. And I'm not really 100% sure, but it looks like those spikes are actually coming out from the fleece itself. So I wonder if there's a second piece of plastic in there, because that does not look painted. That looks like it's actually plastic underneath as well. He's a very complex character, actually, for a 5.5-inch scale. Looks like he has single jointed elbows, and he's got a rotation at the shoulder, which is nice. He has again these wonderfully detailed fur details on the character himself. His hands are massive; they're actually pretty huge, and they're both gripping hands. The sash he wears seems to be very indicative of whatever of the fashion in Eternia, as all of the most of the characters who are usually with furry loincloths seem to be wearing this sash instead. But do I spy something of a furry bit in the back there? I wonder if that's just his tush. I wonder if that's just his tush. But he does have those wonderfully hairy legs. The man is a very hairy beast. And those shin pads at the front, which the more I look at them, the more I think that they're actually painted. So that looks really cool. And of course those toes. And there's there's his face. The face only a mother can love. He's a cute little He's a cute little beastie. He's a cute one, isn't he? But yeah, no, he looks pretty cool. Yeah. So that is Beastman. Taking a look at you know what? Let's take a look at He-Man. So we have taken a look at He-Man prior to this, but I mentioned earlier in some of the other videos that I've done that there seems to be a continuing running change on many of these figures, and I tend to think that those are paint masters. And the reason I say that is because if you look at He-Man and his overall design here, the look, looking back at the packaging design here and the figure that's actually presented here, he looks slightly different to ever small degree. But it does look almost like, again, as I said, seems like they have continuing running changes on many of these. But I do believe that this is, in my opinion, a paint master, but very close to a final release. He is, of course, included with the power sword, and almost all of it, as I mentioned in the other reviews, almost all of his accessories are devoid of paint deco, except for the little silver bits that you see along with the chest armor, the cordite cross, which is a wonderful crimson red. But his gauntlets on his left and his right arm do not have any deco that I can see. But he does have one additional piece of deco on his sash, which is the belt buckle itself, which is interesting. Everything else is basically cast in plastic. I think his boots are his boots might actually be a separate plastic. It's hard to tell, but it does look like maybe they also could be painted. It's really hard to tell from this distance. But other than that, he's presented in, of course, the He-Man skin tone. But that face, it seems to be to me a running change. Although this one seems a little bit more interesting. I'm not really seeing much of Nicholas Galitzine here, whereas the one in the packaging to me looks a little bit more like Nicholas Galitzine, which is kind of strange in and of itself. I do love the sculpting on the character as well as the power sword. He looks pretty good for He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. And yeah, the details that we can glean from here are pretty significant. So, bravo. Now we come down to the elephant in the room, which a lot of people have been waiting to rag on for the whole live stream. I'm pretty sure the whole stream. There she is, Teela, Captain of the Guard, and I did forget to mention that we do get to see Beastman's whip, which is quite nice. I do like it. It seems to be in one position. I'm not sure it's a wired whip, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. But focusing back on Teela, this is interesting. And as I mentioned before, I'm thinking that there are a whole bunch of running changes here with particular characters. Because if you look at Teela's face, I mean, everyone's going to talk about the face. That is definitely the elephant in the room, right? That's what a lot of people are going to be talking about. This is a completely different face sculpt than what we were presented with in these photos here, as she looks quite different, incredibly different, like 100%. And I do believe that this is more of a production version that's in the actual packaging. But this was, in my opinion, going to be the first early indications of a paint master when they were first developing the character. We can also see that this definitely, in my opinion, is a paint master, as the costume itself is of more of a shinier gold depiction. We can see how shiny it is here. Now, it could just be the studio lights, but as we can see here, it's nowhere near as shiny in the final product. It's actually more yellow in its overall nature. But everything else seems to be more or less intact. We can see her forearms with the gauntlets that she has, very much similar to the ones she actually came with. Although these ones seem a little bit thicker, to be honest with you. Looks like she does have, perhaps it's a double. Is that a double jointed elbow? Oh, fascinating. So are they double jointed or are they single jointed? I think they're single jointed, but that really does look like a double jointed elbow. What does it look like on the other? Yeah, look. Okay, interesting. I wonder if it's actually. I wonder if that's part of the ball joint. So that's fascinating, though. Interesting design. And then moving down further, she definitely has those crimson boots, which of course is also the same on the actual figure here. And it seems like they do come with additional accessories. Tila comes with her captain's sword as well as a blaster. So she comes with the most accessories, whereas Beastman only comes with one whip, and He-Man only comes with the power sword in this iteration. So these three are going to be part of Wave 1 and will be retailing for $10.79. So I think that really is a great price point for this new line of First Ones figures. But then we start getting into the more pricier figures. But before we step into that realm, we do actually get to take a glimpse at Skeletor. So I think that this version of Skeletor, who's not in Wave 1, he probably will be in Wave 2, because apparently this Skeletor is not going to be available, according to the article by He-Mania.com. And the first offering of Skeletor will actually be the pricier version. Let's just double check on that. So here we go. So the first wave will include He-Man, Skeletor, Tila, Beastman, and the Skell Knight figures. Okay, so that's what it was. It was the Skelegoons. So they are not featured in this particular set of photos. But this Skeletor is. So fascinating. And this version of Skeletor, yeah, for a budget version of Skeletor, I'm okay with this. I'm actually pretty okay with this. He does look like exactly what it is, a 5.5-inch scale action figure. He has very little wash though on the character. Very little deco to speak of. I think as I said before, I think the gauntlets might be paint. But as we've seen before, as I said, there's a bunch of running changes that have been going on with Mattel figures, as we have seen with Skeletor for Chronicles. They have a couple of running changes going on there, and I'm hoping that continues. We see he has red eyes, but they seem to be white as well, which is weird. I would have preferred just a regular red dot. I don't know why they decided to make this weird additional iris pattern. That's very strange. I don't know if they were thinking, Frank Langella. I don't know if that was what they were thinking. The sculpt itself looks pretty good. I do like the way the skull is actually, the sculpting of the skull is actually pretty neat. I don't mind that. And we can see that there's actually a tempo. This is not paint. The reason you can tell it's a tempo is because it's got a dot matrix type of pattern. And we can even see that this one's actually been stamped incorrectly. As you can see, the tempo is actually off slightly, because the tempo would normally be right inside of the nose. So that's another indication as these are more closer to production scale than they are paint masters. So that's fascinating. The overall sculpt is very much akin to the Chronicles. We can see the striations in the muscles. So again, very much like he has had all of his skin ripped off. The shoulder pauldron and Jewel in the middle with his Adika, very interesting. I wonder if that has any significance, being there. He has a soft goods cape, but his cowl is plastic. We can see that pretty evidently. And it does actually appear as if you can take off the whole helmet. It's hard. It's the whole head. Sorry. It's interesting to see that. Yeah, but I really do like the sash. It looks really neat. Still holding on to that snake heraldry, and the detailing is really good for this scale. I mean, I'm hard pressed to really complain about this, the overall sculpting. Although I will say once again that there is a lot of additional running changes, which I'm hoping will reveal additional details for Skeletor as well. The helmet staff, it's interesting. Obviously, again, very little deco. It has paint on the ram's horns, and I think the eyes have also been painted with some metallic blue paint. But the skull is like stark white, very much like Skeletor's skull. A little bit of yellow maybe in there. But the staff is just a singular color, but very reminiscent of the movie representation. So not bad. So I believe this Skeletor will also retail for $10.79, which is a good price, as I said, for this kid-friendly line. Now we get on to the more expensive sections. These characters will retail for I think it was $16.29, which is quite the jump. Another $5 each. I think it was like Power Swing He-Man or something like that. What was the actual name of this character? The full name of this character is Power Sword / He-Man. Power Sword / He-Man. How imaginative. $16.19 for this one. Okay, so Power Sword / He-Man. I am for an additional $5. $6 actually. For an additional $6. Does he have waist twisting action? Does he have power punch action? Which is, again, a wonderful signature piece to the original Master Universe line, right? The 80th Mattel anniversary figures for Master Universe did retain their power punch twisting action. So is that one of the reasons why this guy is an additional $5 or almost $6 more? That to me is the biggest question. He has a different head sculpt compared to his original counterpart of He-Man here. This one looks almost like way sterner than this iteration. Although I guess you could say that they're both kind of stoic. They do have additional deco. One in the Power Sword itself. It seems to actually have lightning style deco. Blue highlights with electricity in white. They have blast effects as well for the swinging action. And on the chest emblem himself, and I'm wondering if this is something that actually happens in the movie, the Cordite Cross is actually imbued itself with the power of Grayskull, it appears, as lightning seems to be drawn towards the Cordite Cross. But now it's turned blue, completely blue and white. It's almost like it's frosted over with like ice. Fascinating. And then he has this shield. This really random shield. It's not, his traditional shield, which had, a representation of a cross inside of it, with red reliefs. No, this shield is partly. Is it made of metal and then like decorated to look like wood? It's a really weird design, in my opinion, and it's got these two huge, gigantic slashes. Now, obviously, Beastman can slash, but here's the thing: Beastman has 5 fingers. We know that. So, what would primarily have 3 claws, which could slash at you? And why would, I don't think Cringer or Battlecat would be attacking He-Man. So what other giant cat could be attacking He-Man in this fashion? I find that fascinating. But it's more of a randomized shield. It doesn't even look like it sort of doesn't even look like it belongs to He-Man. It's an odd choice. In my opinion, it's a very odd choice. It's got all these spikes going around it. Like, what is the significance of that? Like, is he will he throw it like Captain America? Like, is that what that is? Like, is there a waist twist feature? Because I do see that there is a clear cut waist right here. So will he have power punch action? That's a really big question for me. Will he have power punch action? I'm curious. I'm curious to see if that's going to be the case. But yeah, other than that, it seems like he's very much similar dedecoed to the original He-Man figure, which we've seen previous. And like I said, the details now, the deco, there's actually way more deco here, 100%. So it's interesting to see the differences. But then comes the $1 million question. Is he $6 worth of additional action figure? I'm not sure. If he's got power punch action, or in this case, power sword swinging action, slashing action, power sword / He-Man, right? If that's there, I might think twice. And do I see that the hand? I was hoping. Yes, actually, is that a joint which allows him to hold his sword aloft. Oh, that would be cool. Is that where a lot of the money is going? For that additional joint piece so he can raise his sword aloft? Wow, that'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. Okay. $6 more for this. 16.29. Interesting. And then we have Havoc Staff Skeletor. So I think a lot of collectors are going to be very much into this version of Skeletor because his deco on the face is very reminiscent of the original 1982 Skeletor. He's got the greener skull. He's got the inset eyes which have a little bit of purple around them, right? He's got that black nose. And yeah, he looks... I think this Skeletor is a winner. This Skeletor, to me, is really a winner. He looks pretty cool, man. I do like this version of Skeletor. Very much reminiscent of the original Skeletor from 1982. I think his cowl also, his hood actually looks pretty neat. I'm liking the Skeletor. I really am. Just like He-Man, he seems to have the deco on his shoulder pauldron. And unlike the original Skeletor, his red medallion isn't red anymore. Much like He-Man, where the Cordite Cross is not red, this is not red anymore. Interesting. But now it has more deco on the top as well. It's more violet in its overall appearance. And I wonder if it actually glows in the dark. That would be neat. That would be a really neat touch. I'm really thinking there's some sort of twisting action here, because you can clearly see there's a lift here on this waist twist. So I'm really hoping, I have my fingers crossed, that these guys have power punch action. That would be so cool. I really want some power punch action on these guys, and really for an extra $5, $6, that would help me to make a decision to pick these guys up for sure. Looks like that deco for the Lightning also comes down to the gauntlets that he's wearing here, and I do believe that is an extra joint that allows them to hold their weapons a little bit aloft, which is really cool. I really enjoy that. He also has a silver belt. I just noticed that. That's interesting. I wonder why they decided to color it silver. That's fascinating. A little bit more budget in that deco for the additional $5. He also comes with 2 blast effects. They are swinging effects here on the Havoc Staff itself. And I'm noticing now, again, these could be running changes, that the horns are actually pure black. They're not gray like the previous one. But I do like the translucency of the blast effects. Fascinating. Yeah, but the question remains now, is this $6 worth of action figure right now? You know what I mean? Because we're talking about, let's just be straight. We're talking about a price point starting at $10.79, going all the way to $16.29. That's literally $6. That's practically $6. That's pretty crazy. And I'm not 100% sold on that. Before we get to the next set of figures, which arguably I think a lot of people are going to be gunning for these figures. Let's say hi to the chat and see if we have any more comments. Thank you guys again for being here. Wow, the chat has just exploded. This is crazy. All right, let's. Oh man, as I'm all the way back. Hold on for a second here. Thank you guys for being here. It's always a pleasure to hang out with you. I got 1 starred. There it is. All right, Castle Grayskull. Castle Grace Skull. I'm a sorceress. Yes, you are, Grace. You are a sorceress. Sir Green Lantern. Grand 460. Hope you come to New York City as a place to visit, not so much to live. I am coming to New York City. I'll be there on Saturday. So I really want to have some New York pizza. I really want to have some Katz's Deli. I want to try a bunch of different hotspots that people have told me about it. Grant says, "Oh my God, these look like garbage." Easy, buddy. They don't look that bad. But you gotta love what you love. Nova Burst DX, what's going on, brother? Please have the spring-loaded waist. Oh my God, we need that spring-loaded waist, 100%. It'll be cool. Absolutely. Grant, they should just produce a collector series. That's what Chronicles is for, right? That is what Chronicles is for. Ash Zombies in the house. What's going on, Ash Zombie? CGI He-Man had a spring waist, and that's why I'm hoping that these have a spring waist. But they were even more affordable, those guys. That's crazy. I know the CGI He-Man has it. I loved Armor He-Man. Yes. That was from Nova Burst. Judd Manville. What's going on, Judd? Hi. I can't wait for to dark wash these figs. Judd rhymes with Pud. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Nova, hoping the new movie figures has a kid line too, like the previous toy. This is the kid line. Nova, this is the kid line. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the kid line, which is really cool. Grand 460. I just ask with some hate. Is anyone into Nay? Into Nay? Oh, NECA Gargoyles. I like NECA Gargoyles. I like them a lot. I like them a lot. Hopefully you're not hitting on that one. Nova Burst. I haven't watched the new advertisements yet. I'm still on the Filmation cartoon, brother. You're doing it right. Watch that one first, 100%. Hoping the harness is like the vintage one, unlike the Origins, where you consistently need to pull out the torso, you can get the harness off. Yeah, that would be annoying, but unfortunately, it does have to happen sometimes. Alexis M Toys, what's going on, Alexis? Good to see you. Thank you for watching. Let's see here. Tilo looks like a crazy. Oh my god, you guys are hilarious. Beastman is awesome. I think so too. Beastman looks really cool. A little bit more paint. Yeah, I think all of them could use a little bit more paint. But that's what the wash is for. If you guys want to customize your figures. Eugene Morris Flam, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Always good to see Eugenus. There's the thing. That's what I'm worried about. I don't think any of these figures have ankle articulation, which would help them to fall into a budget line. Novaverse, just $10? That's a steal. Unless it has a spring waist gimmick, which we're starting to figure this out now. What weird hands on Beastman? No, dude, that's not that. I mean, yeah, he's got big, strong hands. Yeah, Skelegoons, absolutely. Lisa Oberts looks decent. I like them. I actually do like this line. It looks really neat, especially for a 5.5 inch, which I really like to collect. Weird the Skeletor doesn't have his harness. Yeah, but that's part of the movie, right? That's something that the movie is doing. Do the eyes glow? That is a good question. I don't know. Maybe they might have some glowing features. Jungle Vine Factory. I got about like 30 Beastmans. Oh, Army Building to its nth degree. Eyes would be better in all black. I don't know. I kind of like the glowing effect. I think that's kind of neat. Lisa, maybe lights, right, Ash? Yeah, that would be neat. Ash Zombie would be cool if it was. Yes. Alexis M Toys, they kind of look weird. I don't know. They look okay. For $10, heck yeah, absolutely. For $10, 100%. Lisa, the Havoc Staff eyes also look reflective. I didn't think of that. I didn't think about that. Lights, no real paint. Yeah, I hear you. Nova, please have the spring waisted gimmick. I hope so. I really do. Is that Faker? Oh, Alexis, that was a good one. No, okay, Nova. I like Skeletor boots. Yeah, so do I. But I can do with the bare feet. I can do it. I'm guessing it'll have a swing on the swinging gimmick. I'm thinking so too. I am. Plastic action gimmicks. Yeah, I hope so, brother. I'm crossing my fingers too. Grant, looks like a teen beat He-Man. He's gonna buy the waist twist action first. Rest in peace, not the original Shield. I know. That's really what I'm kind of a little bit miffed about. Lisa, battle armor He-Man? Yeah, but he doesn't have the battle armor. It's kind of weird, right? Panther slashes. Yes. See, somebody's thinking along my line of thinking. Panther slashes. Yeah, I totally agree. More like Flying Fist He-Man. Ooh, more like it. 4 fingers and 2 thumbs. I know, right? Let's see here. Power Punch action. I'm hoping so. I really am. Power slashing action. Thunder Punch for flying fists. Yes. Yes. CGI He-Man has more powerful spring. I think so. Ash Zombie, he's got massive arms. This is true. Those sculpts were obviously done before they got the final photos. Would be $15 or $14 to $15 USD to me. These are all USD prices. These are all USD prices. Keyboard is so annoying. Judd Manville, what's going on, Judd? I'll be getting every movie figure that comes out. I'm all in. Absolutely. 100%. Alexis, maybe these are for kids. Yes, these are all for kids. If I didn't reiterate that, these are all for kids. This is the kids line. This is not Chronicles. This is not Chronicles. Jordan from Canada, what's going on, bro? Always a pleasure, Mega J. In chat, continue enjoying the MOTU movie season. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for always supporting. Nova, yep, it's IIRC. Grand 460. These are definitely for kids, 100%. Christopher Stoker. That shield almost looks like the bridge with statues between Eternos and Palace and Castle Grace. There's an interesting observation. Yeah. Maybe it's like the crank that they use to open up the drawbridge, you know? Nova, hoping for Power Punch feature. So am I. Alexis, that looks cheap. Easy. It is. That's only $10. Yeah. Lisa Oberts. You flea-bitten fool! Von Jungle Factory, the proportions of Skeletor are pretty bad. I don't know about that. They look pretty good. Never Burst. I wish the $10 had spring waist gimmick. Me too. I would have really appreciated the $10 spring waist. His legs remind me of some WWE figures. I can't argue with you there. All right, let's see if there's anybody else we haven't said hi to. Here we go. Billy Butch. They could have stayed with the 7-inch scale for collector's class, made the origins of the kid line room for all. I'm out on the 6-inch. All right, bro. But, never say never. You might see them on the pegs and all of a sudden be like, dang, that looks good. All right. And Nova. Does the first ones have the spring waist gimmick, Jay? Again, it's hard to tell. But I think the Slash and the Havoc staff, I think they might. It sure looks like they have something going on there. Alexis. Oh, man. We all want the world, right? We just all want the world. I get it. Grand 460. What are we talking about? They look terrible. As a collector, I understand people buy bread that looks like Elvis, but don't buy... These are kids' toys, bro. These are kids' toys. You can pass them on. It's not a problem. Let's see here. Good New York Pizza is Pizza Supreme, 8th Avenue, and I think 32nd Street. All right. I'm gonna make a note of that. Thank you so much, Grand 460. Lisa, yes, Beastman needs better paint. Belloc, 8 a fly. Belloc, 8 a fly. Crap, did I miss them? Show them again. All right, we're gonna go through them, bro. We're gonna go through them. Nova Burst. I hope we can make toy lines like these more on action gimmicks. Yes, I love action gimmicks. I don't understand why toy companies continue to shy away from them. Except kids these days are on their phones. Yeah, I hear you. And Citadel, what's going on, brother? Cheers. And the deluxe figs could be larger than they did with the CG line. That would be interesting, but it wouldn't really help them to fit in with the full line, right? All right. So let's get back to it, guys, because we're gonna get into the big ones now. We're gonna get into the very big ones now. So, guys, this one is the one I have a lot of comments on, a lot of questions too. Battle Cat. $26 for Battle Cat. Wow. I don't want to misrepresent here. It is $26, right? Hold on. Let's find out. Battle Cat is coming in at $21.59. Sorry, $20. $21.59 for the Mighty Battle Cat. So a whole bunch of things that I want to mention here. First of all, he does seem to have a Cringer under there. We can see that, and the armor is very much like the Chronicles armor, which I like. I appreciate that. The hollowed out eyes, so you can see them underneath. Not sure he's going to have the glass eyes that come with Origins. I don't think so. It's probably just going to be paint. I do like the paint on Cringer. Looks really nice. The green tiger with the yellow stripes or the orange stripes. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I don't think the mandible is movable. I don't think there's any articulation in the mandible. So I could be wrong. It's hard to tell at this angle, but from first glance, I can't see any articulation. So that's number one. Number two, the saddle itself is interesting. This one doesn't have a strap. I wonder why that is. Why doesn't it have a strap? Even the original Battle Cat had a strap. And that worries me. That worries me because that makes me wonder if there's actually a peg and a hole on the back of Cringer. That would suck. Obviously, it would help with keeping the cost down, because if you add a strap, that complicates things. But it would suck. It would suck big time if he has a hole in the back of his of his back. That would really suck. And it doesn't have, at least this early version. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if this is a production sample, but unlike the movie, where it seems like he's got a full chest harness, right across, that goes right across his chest and all the way to the back here, we don't see that here, which is kind of weird. We see the ring, right? But there is a lot of detail in this saddle. There's a lot of detail, right? But no additional deco. Very much like what we've seen for the Chronicles Battle Cat. There is something else that's interesting. The horn on the very last piece here seems to be separate from the rest of the sculpt. What's going on with that? That's a very strange one. Not really sure what's going on there. Now we come down to articulation, which seems to be my biggest gripe here with Battle Cat. He has upper shoulder and rear leg rotation. We can see that. I think just like the other Battle Cats, you can probably separate them and wing them out a little bit as well. That's cool. The front legs have what appears to be an ankle, a slight ankle joint, but it looks like it's only up and down, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't think there's any rotation on this ankle at all. The rear legs have no articulation whatsoever on the ankles, which is not good. That is not good. That is not good. We already know from past experience with Origins Battle Cat that makes for some terrible posing. Now, mind you, he has a really good pose. Just being static like this, he looks good. Posed exactly like this. But if you want him to be running, if you want him to be doing any other sort of pose, it's going to be difficult, particularly because he doesn't have any any elbow articulation at all. And that bugs me. That really bugs me. We know from Origins just how terrible not having elbow articulation made the original Battle Cat from Origins just very difficult to put into any action poses at all. And this is following in that same tradition. But I get it. He's a $20 figure. I understand where they're coming from with this. But still, a little bit of articulation, just a bit, probably would have been welcomed. But yeah, I can see problems with this. I can see some problems with this. Having said that, I'm still buying it. I mean, I love Battle Cat. Battle Cat is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Looking at the tail, I don't think it articulates. Maybe it does. Maybe it spins. Maybe it's got a ball joint on it. I don't know. But just from here, it's hard, trying to take a look at his tush, right? His furry tush. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe it does spin. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. But yeah, some concerns, some major concerns for me. But again, he's a must buy. Absolutely 100%. must buy on the first day when he comes out. But and the $20 price point doesn't hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that's like $25 Canadian, $26 Canadian, pretty much on par with what Battlecat was when he first came out. So yeah, yep, for sure. And then really bringing it in is the last revealed not toy. There's actually more that was revealed as well, but we'll get to those in a second. But just before we do that, let's take a few more comments before we move on. All right, Collector Phil. The deluxe figures will come with spring features. The only ones that will cost $16 instead of $10. Like the ones shown here today. Yes, that's what I said. I think the deluxe figures will have spring action feature. It sure looks like it. It sure looks like it. Just by the way, you can see the little twist on where the break is on the waist. It looks like they have twist action feature. If you and yours show up, I'll buy. Okay, bro. We're there on Saturday at the Javits Center. Hit me up, bro. Like, message me on IG, and if you can show us around, I'd love that, bro. I'd love that. Show us the spots. We're going to be on Saturday. Judd Manville. What up, Canada? I'm in Newfoundland. Oh man, I've always wanted to visit Newfoundland. I need some good lobster. Hope to get to California. Any other Canadians? Any chance of the new actors to make an appearance? I mean, Skeletor is going to be there. Well, Skeletor from Filmation, yes. Absolutely. I'm hoping that a lot of Canadians come down. Nova Burst. If I recall correctly, Battlecat has a sound gimmick. What? I don't know about that. I don't know if he has a sound gimmick. That would be cool, though. That would be very cool if he had a sound gimmick. I would buy him in a heartbeat for $20 with a sound gimmick. Battlecat will also come with some spring action feature on his front paws. What? How's that going to work? Does that mean he can jump? Like, okay, I don't know. That'll be neat. I want to be able to see how that works. Nova Burst. I saw on He-Man.org Facebook page that one of the plans has a sound gimmick and roar. Interesting. I wonder if that came across. Grand 460. Armor looks cheap. Yeah, armor looks standard, to be honest with you. But yeah, it needs some wash. It could use for some wash. And the sound gimmick, yes, Nova Burst. Really? I'm shocked. Battlecat looks great. Yes, he does. Oh, I didn't realize Battlecat doesn't have a strap. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. I really am, actually. Looks like big horn on the saddle pokes through from his skin. That would suck. That would really suck, Jungle Vine. That would really suck. Citadel. My grandkids will be happy when they're old enough. Billy Butch. I wonder if Battlecat could scale with Origins. The eyes look like there's a certain shine to them. I see it. I see that too, but I think it's paint. Yeah, that would suck. Wait, no articulations, not even hinges? There's articulation there, but it's not in the shoulders. It's not in the elbows, and nothing on the back legs. It's crazy. Grand 460, trash. More like Snowman. Oh my god. Nova Burst, that's bad. It's sacrificed for the sound gimmick. Again, I'm not sure there is any sound on this one. Discount buy only. Jeez, you guys are brutal, man. $20? Come on. Let's be honest. That's not expensive at all. Billy Butch, discount cap for sure. Man, you guys are freaking vicious. Wait, $16 has one, but the $10 will not have the spring. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not. I think that they're a deluxe. M311. The Battlecat from the more articulated line looks like Masterverse Battlecat. God bless you and yours. Praying for you. Jesus loves you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Collector Phil. What appears to be the case, because they will cost $5 to $6 more for this reason. I agree. The horn is a button for sound. Is that what that is? Is that horn for sound? Okay, that's cool. If that's what that is. But does that mean he can't take off the battle armor? That would suck. That would seriously suck if he can't take off the battle armor. That would suck. Collector Phil. And then he had this one different colored horn on his back if he's Cringer. Yeah, that would suck. That's what appears to be the case because they will cost $5 to $6. Yeah, for sure. The ground for 60. The only sound gimmick for these would be a disappointment. Collective Phil. I think you're always disappointed, Grant. It seems like you're disappointed in everything. I tempted to get this Battle Cat just for the sound effects if it's a good roar. It will have a spring action from Arm 1, as well as seen leaked documents from Mattel. Interesting. I for one would be very interested in that. We'll see how that works. I wonder if that lone armor piece is the trigger for the gimmick on Battle Cat. Yeah, but I would hate for that to actually be on the back and be a different color. That would suck. No gimmick for the $10. No, it doesn't seem like it, my friend. It doesn't seem like it. All right, let's take a look at the last action figure related reveal from our good friends over at He-Mania.com. It is in fact Rotom. Wow. Okay. I have a bunch of questions here. I have a bunch of questions and a couple of fears, actually. So this thing looks dangerous, first off. This thing looks dang dangerous. This looks like a trigger that you can squeeze to actually make the Rotom rotate, which would be cool, if that's what that is. It looks like a bike, now that I'm looking at it, which is awesome. I like that idea. But we have seen in the trailer that it goes sideways, it goes up and down. So it'll be an interesting ride if somebody's actually riding the Rotom that way. It's got 2 additional gun turrets on the top, or is that the sides? Yeah, a lot of questions to be had here. And those spikes, I hope that's the softest plastic in the world, because if this thing gets to speed, man, I would not want to be in the path of this thing. That thing looks like it could munch something. Munch it good. But I do like the colors. The colors wicked. I love the red wheel. I love there's very little deco on this, but what they are lacking in deco, it's just the overall viciousness of it. It looks great. I love it. I love the metallic plastics that they're using. They look great. I don't know if that's deco on the seat itself, but it's got a nice shiny plastic, which I like. I like the fact it's a 2-tone color. It's got this nice almost aqua type of green juxtaposition with the color of the saddle. Sorry, the engine. And the handles. That's really cool. And I'm wondering if it twists so that it actually goes the other way, which is what I imagine the Rotom would be doing. That would be neat. I would really like to see this thing twist, which I don't think it will actually. It doesn't look like that. But yeah, that handle, man, that thing's looking pretty gnarly. That is a pretty gnarly handle. But yeah, the details are nice. I like the rivets that are in there. The blades themselves are really neat. And even the details inside the saddle are really cool. I really appreciate this. This is really neat. The Rotom will be going for $36. Just to not embarrass myself here. Yeah, $37.79. Wow. And again, I'm hoping it does have a spinning feature. It would be such a shame if it didn't. But yeah, that's freaking crazy. That is freaking crazy. Yeah, I'm very much intrigued by all these new reveals by our good friends over at He-Mania.com. Holy crap! It's been like just a smorgasbord of different reveals from so many different companies. So I for one am over the moon about what I'm seeing here. This is just crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. And there were even more action figure related reveals today. But we're not going to go. Maybe I'll take a look at those in a second. But yeah, it's amazing how many different Master Universe things that are being released even prior or discovered. Sorry, even prior to Toy Fair. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Let me see if I can find those other figures that I saw earlier today. But yeah, let's take a couple of questions too. Nova, let's see if the $10 will spring and waste Battle Cat with removable armor. That would be neat. Dang, that's sexy, John. Nova, yeah, that's the handle with the trigger that will spin the Roton's blades, dude. I don't want to get anywhere near that thing. That thing looks deadly. Billy Butch, I was wondering what the heck that was. I thought it was a hand weapon. It does look like that, doesn't it? It does literally look like something you would definitely see. Basically, swipe. It's pretty freaking crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I saw some other action related figures. Hold on for a sec. Yeah, let's see if Canal dos Los Mineros has any additional news here. Hold on for a second. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so here we go. So interesting. So these, well, you know, let me finish. Yeah, let me finish with the comments here. Citadel. That looks like the CG one. Huh. Interesting. Jungle Vine Factory. This is cool, I guess, but it does not feel like MOTU. I don't know about that. I think the Roton looks pretty cool, man. I think it looks pretty cool, and we're seeing it in the movie, right? That's the whole point. Could probably use it as legit hand soft cosplay. I know, right? Just crazy if it spins. Does the CGI He-Man figures have a Roton? Good question. I think that the answer was yes. I think the CGI figures did have a Roton. Night all, got to go to work. Enjoy the stream. Fandom is fun for everybody. We don't always agree. That's true, Graham. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for everything. Ash Zombie, good night. Billy Butch, the saddle looks like it's a nod to the Sky Slide. Yes, I agree. I think maybe you're right. Nova Burst, good night, man. Hitchcock, what's going on, brother? Roton might also work as a circular. I think that is a given. That is a foregone conclusion. Epic 877. There's a Skeletor mask and plastic power sword shown as well today. We're gonna get to that right now. Thank you, Eric P 877. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at that. And Nova Burst. I hope that mask is also both kids and adult size. I don't think so. I don't think so. So Eric P, yes. Heading back, our good friends over Canal dos Los Mineros did actually put on their page that, according to adultcollector.org, the Skeletor mask was also discovered. And this actually has a Skeletor speaker. So, I'm guessing it'll recite lines from the movie, which is cool. Now, this is a child's cosplay item, which is neat. I like the sculpt. The sculpt looks great. I think the sculpt looks awesome. So very, very cool. It's got that mesh pattern, so you can see right through it. It's not a very great view. Trust me. But yeah, really cool to see this version of Skeletor. So that's neat. Maybe we'll go to adultcollector.org to see exactly how much it is. There's the Roton again. And there is a sword, apparently. So I'm not sure if this is the official version of the sword, but according to adultcollector.org, it is. So hold on for a second. Did Mattel make an official statement? Let's have a look, because that would be cool. But I don't think so. No, Mattel hasn't actually done anything. Let's head over to adultcollector.org. Or did He-Man? Did He-Mania do an update? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, let's head over to adultcollector.org, see if they have price points on these. All right, here we go. So on adultcollector.org, we are seeing right here on the front page. So, guys, if you haven't already, please head over to adultcollector.org. They are a wonderful news resource for adult collecting, but of course, they're focusing on Master Universe, which is just awesome. So yeah, here we go. This is fascinating too. We actually do see the packouts. So there's He-Man, Power Swing He-Man, with his sword and shield. Which again, the shield is weird. I wonder if he just picked it up somewhere. Here is the skull mask. No pricing details on these at all. So weird. There is Havoc Staff Skeletor again with all of his pack out. There's the Roton. There's Tila with her pack out. And that is freaking awesome. So there is a power sword. Now, I don't know if it actually has any sound, but that's freaking cool, man. I wonder how long this is. There are no details on these items, but I do like the way it looks. It looks freaking awesome. That is cool. I wonder if this is the same size as the Sword of Omens replica, because that would be cool. I would definitely love to get a replica sword for Master Universe, which looks really neat. It's got some additional details here too. They've got a small triangle on this side here, as well as some inlay on the top of the sword. And I don't think we saw that in the movie version, but it's fascinating. It has, of course, the Eternian writing here, which says Eternia, which is fascinating. But yeah, I'm loving this. Very much a Filmation sword, which is so cool. Man, that is freaking awesome. I do believe that is actually the last. Nope, there's He-Man again with Power Punch action. See, again, it's like there are continual running changes on all of these figures. That is not the same head sculpt that we've seen. So it's a crazy thing with these early leaks, if you will. I'm questioning everything these days. Honestly, there's Beastman, and yeah, he does not have. It appears like he does not have ankle articulation, which is always a problem. But at the $5, at a $10 price point, I can live with it. I can make this work. It sucks, but I can make it work. You know, we'll figure it out. Any other images from Adult Collector? Yep, there's the one we've already seen. There's Skeletor again. And I think we've just gone around the horn. So, yeah, there's Battle Cat. Yeah, we've just gone around the horn. So, yeah, interesting to see that we will get a Skeletor mask and a cosplay, a replica sword. This one is definitely the most interesting to me. I am very much looking forward to getting a replica sword. I think the handle is a bit too short, but very much in line with Filmation, because Filmation was just a one-headed sword as well. So fascinating. All right, let's get to some comments. Nova Burst. I hope the mask is also for kids and adult sizes. That would be cool, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Imagine Jared Leto's voice in there. I think it will be. I think it will be Jared Leto's voice. Who was that masked skeleton? Yes, who was that? Citadel. CGI Roton came with Trapjaw. CGI Road Play Bike. Probably not to the area. I got you. Vine Jungle Factory. I have the power. Lisa Oberts. I have my concerns with Jared Leto his interpretation of Skeletor. Well, it remains to be seen. We haven't heard hide nor hair of his first spoken voice. Oh, the CGI Trapjaw with vehicle was the Roton. Oh, nice. Lisa Oberts. Sword looks authentic. Yes, I am very, very excited about that sword. That sword's giving me very much Filmation vibes. Alexis, it's too short. Yes, I'm not going to lie about that, but I don't mind it. I would definitely love to have one. John 226, bro, I'll make the sword myself, no problem. I can have the power. Dave Sinelli, from the look of He-Man's shield, it looks like he went to JP Salasorna. What? What's JP Salasorna? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Lisa is also very confused. Nova, I'll be right back. Good to see you. Citadel, kids role-play toys are actually huge. The old Eternia He-Man light-up sword was their biggest seller. It's going to be awesome. And Kirk Delquist, what's going on, brother? That sword, real or fake? I believe it is real. I believe it is real. So, yeah, we can look forward to all these amazing items. So, yeah, Really looking forward to it. Yeah, guys, this has been a fascinating look at some of the items which have been revealed. I'm gonna say revealed. Like there has been no official solicitation on these, but yeah. And I do want to give a huge shout out to everyone who made this video possible. Huge shout out to adultcollector.org for posting up many of these items. Guys, if you haven't already, please head over to adultcollector.org on Facebook. They're a wonderful news resource for action figures, but now they're really concentrating on Master Universe. So it's always great to have these guys taking a look at some of the wonderful new toys that are available for action figures right now, particularly the Master Universe. Give them a like and follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. I want to give a huge shout out to our good friend Canal dos Mineros on Instagram and, of course, YouTube. Guys, if you are a Portuguese-speaking fan, definitely head over to Canal dos Mineros. You can check out all of their wonderful videos. They're doing some great work, particularly with Master Universe. It's freaking awesome. And, of course, I want to give a huge shout out to our good friends over at He-Mania.com for posting all of these. First, courtesy of Jason. I don't know who Jason is, but, dude, you're doing a great job. Huge shout out to AJ, as always, doing a great job for He-Mania.com. We really appreciate all their hard work. And, guys, if you're interested in all the He-Man news any time of the day, He-Mania.com has got you covered. They're covering pretty much everything under the sun, He-Man related, and we love it. It's freaking awesome. And, of course, they are huge supporters of MOTUniverse 2026. It's been an absolute blast. Guys, this has been freaking eye-opening, and I am over the moon with everything that I've seen today. It's just freaking so crazy, and I'm hoping to see much more when I head to Toy Fair in just a few days. My good friend Danny Green and I are heading over there. We're going to be covering everything that's happening at Toy Fair. It's going to be an absolute blast, and we hope to see more Master Universe action figures. But then again, we want to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We want to see Brave Star. We want to see all the offerings that are at Toy Fair, from NECA, from Spin Masters, from Jada, from Super 7, everything under the sun. Super 7 is now a crazy amount of toys in such a short amount of time. My Little Pony, Visionaries, it's just going bonkers in the action figure world. And Mattel announcing that they are now the official licensees. I think it's a master license as well, possibly, of Teenage Mutant freaking Ninja Turtles. That's crazy, guys. That's freaking crazy. So the toy landscape is changing constantly, and it's probably for the best. So, guys, let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts about this brand new line of the first ones action figures from Mattel for Master Universe, the motion picture, the movie in 2026. Are you guys interested in picking these up for yourself? The likenesses, how do you feel about those? Are they good? Are they bad? And will this replace Origins? To be very honest with you, I don't think it can. But Origins is on its last few action figures for the original line, so we do have that to look forward to. And, of course, so many other different toy lines. The crossovers just keep on coming. I think Turtles is done, for the most part, for the crossover for Master Universe, although they could reboot it now at any time. They have the license. So the Teenage Mutant Turtles crossover with He-Man is sort of dwindling. The Master Universe cross Thundercats continues to go strong, although this mystery character that we saw at Spielwarenmesse is confusing everybody. So I hope to get some clarification at Mattel on Monday. And of course, 2000X continues to go strong, and that is really capturing people's imaginations. And both different areas, not only Mattel proper, but also Mondo. It's absolutely bonkers. And of course, Mondo continues with a 1/6 scale Master Universe line, which is just always killing it. It's always great to see these guys and what they do for the line. I almost made it. I almost made it, guys. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that hydration suit. So close. So close. Okay. Woo! Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Oh, man. Toy News continues in 2026, guys. And my good friend Danny Green and I will be heading to the Toy Fair in just a few days. And, of course, we are celebrating the Master Universe in 2026. Master Universe has not been in the public consciousness as it has been today. We got movies. We got video games with the Dragon Pearl of Destruction. We got comics. We got novels. We got toys. It just doesn't seem to end. Chronicles The first one's 2000X New Adventure. Like, it's crazy how many toy lines are out there. And of course, we have not just one, but two movies. That's right, the theatrical release as well as the fan film by our good friends Daniel Benedict, The Fall of Grayskull 2. It's going to be freaking amazing. And guys, it's hard to believe, but we actually have two different Master Universe conventions going strong, and I am super excited that myself and my friend Mike of Eternia Royalty will be helping to organize Master Universe MOTUniverse, as it is the Master Universe convention in Southern California. And man, it's going to be freaking glorious. I cannot wait. Oh, Master Universe in 2026. It's never been in public consciousness more than it has been right now. As a matter of fact, guys, join us for MOTUniverse. This is the Masters Universe convention that's happening at the Torrance Marriott in Redondo Beach, California, May 23rd to 24th, Memorial Day weekend. It's freaking amazing. We have some amazing guests that are coming this year. Mike Young of Mike Young Productions. Mike Young, of course, is the man who led the way bringing He-Man and the Master Universe to television. I really want to find out how he got the censors to greenlight the melting face of Keldor on screen. Don't miss out on your chance to meet Mike Young at MOTUniverse 2026. Rudy Obrero, the wonderful packaging designer for the original Master Universe. Toy line paintings are on Castle Grayskull, Battle Cat, the Wind Raider. We have Blade from the 1987 movie, Anthony DeLonghi's. He is going to be there doing a weapons demonstration. It's going to be freaking awesome. I can't wait to be able to meet him in person. It's going to be great. And of course, the great Alan Oppenheimer. This is going to be an amazing opportunity. He doesn't do too many conventions anymore. He's getting up in age. To be able to have a chance to meet him. And he didn't just do the voice of Skeletor. He did the voice of Battlecat, Man-at-Arms, freaking Valkor, the Dragon. He did Mighty Mouse. This is nuts. To be able to have this type of Eternia royalty at the show is incredible. And speaking of Eternia royalty, the Princess of Power herself, the Princess of Eternia, Melendi Britt, the voice of She-Ra, will also be joining us. What an incredible lineup. And of course, for the Master Universe 1987 movie again, William Stout, the designer who made the look for He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms. Of course, Gwildor! He created Gwildor's look! It was freaking awesome. Come to MOTUniverse 2026. Meet William Stout in person. Writer guest of honor Tim Sheridan, who's worked on multiple comic books, and of course the production for Master Universe Revelation Revolution, multiple different cartoons and movies, television. He'll be talking about his brand new secret project for Master Universe at MOTUniverse 2026. Definitely come and meet Tim Sheridan at the show. And of course, writer Joshua Skye, who's literally writing the lore of Master Universe in the comics. It's going to be freaking epic. You can get tickets at MOTUniverseCon.com. The early bird registration is happening right now. You can save quite a bit of money right now on MOTUniverseCon.com. Get there directly from the tickets portion here on MOTUniverse, powered by HeMania.com. And if you are an exhibitor and are looking to get a table, definitely head over to MOTUniverseCon.com. Sign up, become an exhibitor, and guys, spaces are going fast. The hotel, of course, is at the Torrance Marriott, Redondo Beach in California, May 23rd to 24th. You can actually book your stay on MOTUniverseCon.com. Just click on the link here and send you to the portal for the Marriott. Reserve your hotel so that you can celebrate with us as we celebrate Master Universe in 2026. We're going to have a huge Master Universe movie celebration, so it's going to be the place to celebrate Master Universe in 2026. More guests, more events. It's going to be freaking crazy. Guys, definitely join us for MOTUniverse 2026, happening at the Torrance Marriott in Redondo Beach, California, May 23rd and 24th. It's going to be an absolute blast. We hope to see you all, guys. We hope to see all you guys there. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Last comments before we start logging off, everybody. It's been a crazy time for Master Universe with all these new toy lines, but the first ones have more questions than we have answers, to be honest with you. But at least we do know that they are $10, basically $10 each, $10.79 per figure for the standard editions, and for the deluxe editions, $16.29, I think. And then Battlecat would be around $21.29, and Roton would be $34. So crazy. Dave Sinelli, 68. ISLA. Isla? I have no idea what that means, bro. Citadel. Hugs and have a great night. You too, brother. Thank you so much. Jordan from Canada. Enjoy the fair. El Dragoon. Hashtag. Jordan from Canada. Mattel got TMNT. That's huge, man. Yes, it did. They're freaking awesome. Hitchcock. Jay, one question. The Inhumanist franchise. What is the actual situation today? Who's got the license? I have no idea. I really don't. Those are massive figures. They were so cool back in the day. I'm not sure they can still make those, though. It would be cool if they did a re-release of them one day. That would be really neat. I'm hoping maybe that maybe they were licensed to. Pardon me. I'm hoping Hasbro has a license and they would give it to the loyal subjects. I think that would be really cool if the loyal subjects took it over. I think that would be neat. Jordan from Canada, MOTUniverse lives. Yes, indeed, my friends. MOTUniverse is the place to celebrate Master Universe in 2026. We hope to see you guys there. Ash Zombie, woohoo! Collective Phil, we have the power, my friend. Yes, and Dave Sinelli. Thank you guys for joining us, for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you, and of course, talking Master Universe. This is freaking the best, guys. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out, and please consider subscribing to the channel. I hope to post 2 episodes a week, and I hope you guys enjoy. And we're going to be diving deep into the Master Universe movie lore. I've already got an episode for Who is Adam Glenn on my other channel, MOTU. I hope you guys will check that out. It's a great episode. I had a lot of fun making it. You know what? Let me just bring up. Let me bring up the thumbnail and the location so you guys know exactly where it is. Hold on for a second. So if you head over to MOTU and any second now. There we go. So yeah, guys, if you're interested, definitely please check out my other channel, MOTU. It's a lot of fun. I do a lot of tongue-in-cheek kind of reviews on packaging design as well as some other fun stuff. But I just posted this awesome video titled "Who is Adam Glenn?" It's a look at the movie edition of Adam, Prince Adam. Everything that we know about him through in the movie, and a little bit of history about the character in general. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys take a look. I enjoyed making it, and I hope you guys will enjoy having a look and discovering for yourself who is MOTU. Who is Adam Glenn, and who is a MOTU. You can definitely check out my channel, MOTU. And guys, I hope to see you guys there. Guys, once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everybody. Be proud. Take care, guys.